the Motherwell Civic Centre with the crowd eagerly awaiting that match. Before we do though, let me remind you again of the competition which could allow you to join our crowd here in Motherwell for the closing session of the final on Sunday evening. You can also win, along with those tickets, an autographed Stephen Hendry cue. You have to identify two players, remember, and from what we're hearing, the first is a little easier than the second. That's player number 1, and this is player number 2. If you think you know who those two famous snooker players are, then call us now on this number. 0891 200 888. 0891 200 888. The lines are open for you. And if you're the lucky one, then we'll look forward to seeing you here on Sunday night. But our attendance here, our audience is in, ready and waiting. And if you believe the nicknames, they could be in for a very breezy evening, because we have the Whirlwind against the man they're calling the Typhoon. Before we meet the players, let me introduce you to tonight's referee, Mr. Laurie Annandale. So to the second of our quarter-finals then. The winner, of course, will meet Neil Foulds in the semi-final. Would you welcome, please, firstly, our audience here in Motherwell, the man who conquered Alan McManus in the last round, now the world number 7, James Wattana. And his opponent tonight, a perennially popular visitor to Scotland. In fact, he won his first ever pro title here in Scotland as a 19-year-old back in 1981. The number 3 player in the world, the Whirlwind, Jimmy White. Remember that it's the best of 11 frames in the quarterfinals. Let me hand you over immediately to our commentary team once again, Willie Thorne and Ted Lowe.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. Ducky Donnelly, marvellous introduction there, and certainly we're in for a breezy evening. Typhoons and whirlwinds.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
How breezier can we get than that? The shake of the hands, and it's James Wattana to break off. This, of course, the first, as Dougie told you, 11 frames in this quarterfinal. First one to 6 is into the semi-final. The Whirlwind. I wonder who at home you're betting on to win this match. Both attacking players, attractive players. Both liable to clear the table with one visit.
One.
First blood then to the Typhoon.
One. James Wattana. One.
James Wattana, of course, has already been at this table took victory in the first round over Scotland's Alan McManus. Closely fought battle.
One, James Wattana.
Referee Laurie Annandale being asked to clean that cue ball. This, of course, is Jimmy White's first appearance in the Scottish Regal Masters this year.
Just to comment on Jimmy, he's actually suffering with a very bad cold, Ted. He arrived from England this morning, purposely left it late to arrive, trying to get rid of the cold. You'll probably see him sniff a few times this evening. But I watched him practice this afternoon, and he's certainly in good form, albeit not feeling 100%.
Six. Seven.
You saw the
12.
side on the cue ball there, taking it away from those bolt colours.
Jimmy White.
Oh, that's a bad safety shot from Jimmy. He was playing a shot to nothing with a lot of side. Side didn't swing the white quickly enough, and we can see the result.
Well, both seem to be missing one or two at the moment, Willie.
It's always the early days in a match, though. Ted usually takes you a few shots to settle down. Obviously, we're not used to seeing these two players miss quite so many, but I'm sure it won't be too long before they're potting them again.
One.
Makes it difficult as well because the black's been out of commission since James missed it on the first shot of the evening. Now the pink spot's available. I'm sure that Jimmy will soon get
6.
that back onto its spot.
Seven.
I think he may be a little straight on the pink to bring the white back into the top end of the table. May have to play the green. Well, decided on the straight pink. Using the jaw of the middle pocket to bring him down the table a little bit. The pink will now pot into this top right-hand pocket.
13. $14.
Well, he won't be happy with that. He played to screw back another foot for the pink. Will he have a go at the long blue?
Played with such ease.
19. 20.
Jimmy is the elder statesman of these two stars, now the ripe old age of 30.
$25. 26.
And that was a good shot, Ted. Didn't have a lot of room to cue. It's very easy to get too much side on those and swerve the cue ball. And played it well. You probably noticed that Jimmy's never played to get onto the black yet because he doesn't really know what the table was
31.
playing like. Probably like to keep going on pinks and blues for the time being.
$32.
Well, under hit that. But still a good chance for the pink. Good shot.
Yes, a lead of 48 points.
38.
He's not finished yet.
39. 45.
Oh, a miscue. So
45.
rare you see these top
White.
stars miscue like that.
And what makes that more important, of course, Ted, I'm sure I'm going to take the words out of your mouth, but that was game ball. Jimmy leads by 55, and of course there's 59 on the table. If James was to clear up and pinch this frame there, I mean, Jimmy certainly wouldn't be too happy.
One.
A courageous pot, that one.
8.
Has no fears, this 22-year-old Typhoon. I was going to say Typhoon.
9. 15.
Quick glance at the scoreboard there.
Oh, this could obviously win him or lose in the frame. Oh, that's a great pot.
16.
Well, albeit he started this break 55 behind, he's just gone favourite to win the frame. Well, Jimmy will be absolutely disgusted with that. That miscue looks like costing him that frame, Ted.
23.
Well, it's not over yet. He's got a number of balls to pot.
24. 30.
And there's 25 points in it with 27 points there. No.
30. James Wattana.
Yes, it was down to the bad positional shot on the last red. He didn't quite get the right angle on the pink. And that's a saviour for Jimmy. Probably Jimmy deserved to win the frame as he made a very good break of 45. And now it's anybody's frame.
With the colours on their spots, it would appear that the first mistake on the yellow was going to give the frame away. And I think James Wattana might have a go at this one. He did, and I think it's going to cost him.
Two.
Do you want us to talk?
Two. Jimmy White.
Well, albeit Jimmy has left Wattana in a position where he needs snookers. With only one snooker required, he should have really made sure of that green.
Yes, even Jimmy White applauded that one.
Hole. Four.
So,
James Wattana.
that's the snooker he wanted, and has he got a free ball?
Free ball.
Yes, he has.
Well, he may elect to play the brown as the free ball and run the brown up the table, but make the white go
Brown.
in behind the pink. It makes the snooker a lot more difficult, and it brings the brown at the top end of the table should he pot the green. That's what he's played, and that's what he's got. That's a great shot.
Now Jimmy has to be terribly careful. That's how close the cue ball is to the pink.
Of course, big problem here, Ted. If he's going to play it off one cushion, he's got to virtually swerve the white ball to hit the green. He played it off three cushions.
Hole.
It's going to be another free ball, will he?
And apparently
Six.
Jimmy has
James
declared that he
Wattana.
moved the pink there.
Free ball.
Something we're very proud of in our game. I don't think referee Laurie Allendale spotted that. Jimmy declared the foul himself. So an extra 2 points to Wattana, and now a free ball as well.
And the angle on the pink allowing James Wattana to take the cue ball down the table.
Three. Six.
A complete change of fortunes here now.
That's right, Ted. It's amazing how you relax when Jimmy White potted the yellow to leave Wattana needed snookers. He's just relaxed that bit, thinking, oh, goodness me, that's the first frame over. Misses the easy green. And 2 minutes later, looks like losing the first frame. What a strange game this is.
15.
Just 2 points in it now. Needs the two colours.
$21.
Hold your breath for this one. to win. Well, what a performance for the first of our 11 frames in this quarter-final of the Regal Masters here at the Motherwell Civic Centre. After it looking absolutely certain that Jimmy would take the frame, James Wattana got his chance after a miscue by Jimmy and clawed his way back into the frame. And Willie, I don't know your thoughts, but I feel that Jimmy was very unlucky, in fact, to lose it in the end.
Yes, one has to feel that the miscue obviously cost him the frame, albeit he has a second chance when he potted the yellow. I mentioned just in closing of that frame that he relaxed a little bit. We always do that when we're playing. If you pot the game ball, you tend to think, oh, that's handy. The first frame's on the board. He went into the green and, of course, missed the green. And, of course, the miscue he had a little bit earlier on in the frame, here we see it on our pictures now, Ted. I mean, that's just unbelievable. I mean, if he rolls it in, he's won the frame, he can do anything. And, of course, the miscue is eventually probably the reason he lost
Second
that first frame. But
Jimmy White
first
to
frame,
break.
here we go with the second.
That's a good one. That's not strong enough.
Foul and a miss for Jimmy White.
Referee Larry Annandale has given a miss, but Jimmy's ignoring it.
1.
Preferred that leave there. Loose red at the top of the table.
Six. Touching ball. Seven.
Yeah, it's a great recovery, Ted. I mean, Jimmy would have obviously liked to play for the red at the top of the table off the blue, but the two reds that were on the outside of the pack were stopping it being a natural angle, and of course to run down for the bottom red, he'd have finished very close to the jaws of the bottom pocket. That's why Jimmy played into the pack. But what a great recovery he did with that red into the middle.
$13.
Just checking to see if the right-hand red of the three reds will pot into the black pocket. Played for the loose one first. That's a good shot. This will, of course, open
18.
the black up.
19.
Jimmy, of course, has the angle to play into the reds should he require. He's just checking again, once again, to see if that red pots. If it does, he'll play for it, which he has done. That tells us straight away it pots. Unfortunately, he seemed to get a bad contact there. The white seemed to
26.
bounce. But he's still on this red.
$27.
Now, with no reds available, must go into the pack.
$34. $35.
Well, that was beautifully controlled. Perfect angle now on the blue. And considering he's not feeling well, Teddy, he looks to be cueing very well.
Yes, indeed, Willie.
40.
And what a delightful cueman he is.
$41.
Well, has the angle to play for the loose red, but I'm knowing Jimmy, I'd expect him to go into the pack from here. Well, that's unlucky. Perhaps could have played it a little bit harder to make sure. but still very unlucky to stay close to the
48.
pack like that.
Touching ball.
Well, it has the touching ball, so we'll just take that cue ball down south.
48, Jimmy White.
Of course, what Jimmy will be trying to do now, if possible, is get one of these big colours safe. We saw what happened the last game when Jimmy was 55 in front. He still lost it. This is something we think about when we're playing. When you're a few in front, if you possibly can get a big colour safe, it's always going to be in your advantage. That looked
Foul.
like a foul shot.
And a miss, 6. James Wattana.
Well, there's a pot red on here, and if James knocks it in, he's got a chance of pinching this one as well.
Now, can he pick up a colour?
You may have to go for one, Ted. The red's gone over the middle
Blue.
pocket. He may be forced into playing a pot here. Well, lovely pot. And that's going to make a difference as well, nudging that red down. That was in Jimmy's favour, that red being on the cushion.
6.
I think you can say that was a blue out of the blue.
The only saviour for Jimmy now, of course, when James pots the black. Oh dear, that was an unexpected miss.
6, James Wattana.
Jimmy White. He's got a chance to redeem himself here. Already leading by 40 points. And he needs another 20 or so points, and that should be the second frame in the bag.
1.
Yes, I can't help thinking that last miss by James Wattana spells the end of this second
6.
frame.
7. $12. 13.
Just the red required.
18.
As long as he doesn't miscue this time, I think we can safely say that this one's going to be a safe frame.
19.
Black staying
Jimmy White.
right on the lip of the pocket. That's how close it is to dropping. But he's 59 points ahead. There's only a possible 51 points left on the table. James Wattana wants these 3 reds, 3 blacks, 2 snookers, and the colours. Just a tie.
1.
He knows all about tie.
Actually, that's a clever little shot from James now, because should he pot this red and black, the black's going to go on its spot, and it's going to be a very easy
7.
chance for the snooker. The black will spot on its own spot. And of
8.
course, where the red is, it's going to be no problem in getting a snooker. Of course, he does need 2 snookers, as Ted so rightly said. But a free ball will add up to the 2 snookers. So once again, that little careless shot from Jimmy could be very, very costly indeed. Well, Jimmy White, whoever that is, will be quite pleased to see that white finishing near the cushion, because it's very
15.
difficult now for James to stun it in behind the black. he can only roll it in behind the black. And that will mean the balls will be quite close together, and it should be an easy
15, James
an easy
Wattana.
escape for Jimmy White.
Foul. 4, James Wattana.
Well, I was watching that and still don't believe it.
Well, Jimmy looked up at Ted and I in the commentary box there, and he couldn't believe it himself. The fortunate thing, of course, is the fact that he's not left a free ball, which it looked like being. The brown stopping him from playing the swerve. There'd be no problem in playing the swerve shot round the blue if the brown wasn't there. 40 points in it. This is very difficult.
So James Wattana fighting hard to try and stay alive in this second frame. First man to 6, of course, goes through to the semi-final. And a fascinating match clearly in prospect. Sadly, that's where we come to the end of this transmission from the Motherwell Civic Centre, but we'll be back later tonight to see how this match ends. One of the most eagerly awaited of the tournament to date, of course. So join us again, please. BBC 2, 11:15 tonight for more from the Regal Masters. For the moment, goodbye.